guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a review on the Shayla x Colourpop Proceed with Caution palettes, and my shout out goes to Hello Ghosty, so please keep watching. So first of all, we need to get these eyebrows done, and I did them off camera, and I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with the MAC paint pot first. I'm putting on a little bit of this and then I will tap it out. We are not going to go ahead and set this because the color will show up 10 times better when you don't set down your primers on your lid. So just keep that in mind. This is the Shayla x Colourpop palette, and you have the back that has all the names of them, and then you have the front that has the weight at the bottom, and the package is very pretty. I love the outside of the package. It's very sleek and just very simple. So all the names are on the back as well, and you have a huge mirror and then all these beautiful colors with metallics and mattes. I'm going to go in with the first color, and it's going to be the bright yellow. I'm going to go ahead and build this up, and this is going to go above the crease. I'm buffing it out with this Morphe brush, but I ended up changing because it wasn't building like I wanted. So I got this more fluffier of a brush, and it ended up working better. So it's not as bright as you would think. It's more of a darker yellow, and which is great for this palette because this palette is the caution and more of those darker tones. So I'm just going to keep building this up and packing this on and buffing it out. The yellow is very pretty. You see there is a tad bit of fallout that I shown on the sides, but not much. I did not have any fallout on my face at all with any of the colors. So that is a plus. It's just a little bit when you're tapping in the pan, you will have a little bit, but not enough that it's to the point where it's too much. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this other eye by building up that yellow. I'm now going in with this beautiful brown shade at the bottom in the middle, and this is one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. It is the perfect brown that you need. I love this color. It's a very creamy matte shade. It is not too dry or dusty. It is pigmented. It gives you everything you need. So I would suggest I would buy this palette even just for that color. I don't have any colors like it, so I was happy to see a color that I have not seen or I don't have and put within this palette, and for it to be as pigmented and creamy of a matte that it is. So I really love this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm putting this into the crease in the outer corner and inner corner because I want to do a halo eye today. So I'm just building that color up. You do see I'm showing you it is a tad bit powdery, but once again, nothing that is too much or overbearing or so much that you are wasting a ton of product. I'm going in with this dark burgundy shade at the top with a detailed brush, and I'm going to pack that on the outer corner and bring that on in to the inner corner as well. And this color is very, very pretty as well. The only problem I had with this is it was a tad bit patchy, but I ended up changing brushes again. I believe it was the brush. So I ended up changing the brush and it did do better. So with this palette, it also just depends on what brushes you're using, depends on the payoff or if it is going to blend properly. So just be cautious about that. If it is patchy, if it's not blending right, change your brush, see if it is that is actually doing it. I'm now using the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and this is in Light 12. I do love this concealer. It is now one of my favorite concealers that I own. I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease just in the middle to go ahead and do our halo eye. So if you've done this before, or if you've seen many of my videos, just know to take your time and no rush, and just tap it on and build it up till you get the right cut that you are looking for.
You gotta listen up, listen up. There's not a thing that I can't get from you. Boy, I don't need that much. How can I tell you what
I'm now going to use my NYX Glitter Primer, which I use on every look, whether it is pigmented or not, because it just helps adhere and it also makes everything more pigmented. So I'm going to tap that all over the concealer where I want to apply my metallic or my glitters.
where it's always shining like the snow. Listen to your heartbeat.
I'm now going in with the gold shade in the palette, and you're going to see me do a couple different things because I'm just testing things out. One, it was not working with the brush at all. So then I tried my finger. My finger ended up having more payoff where the gold was a lot more pigmented and vibrant. But then I decided that I didn't like the gold, just the plain gold, so I wanted to try something different within the palette. I tried this dark color within the palette, which it is a dark brown metallic shade, and I like that. But then I wanted to try the orange on the other eye. The orange is very bright, pigmented, and very creamy. So at first I was like, okay, we're going to use this color. Then I decided that I really didn't want to go with that one. But it is one of my favorite colors within the palette, so I can't wait to play with that a lot more. It is the most creamy shade in the palette as well. Then I decided that I wanted to go in with that dark brown metallic. So that's what I did. I tried the black, but it wasn't as metallic. It's more of a matte with the glitter in it. And I didn't like that. So I went in with the brown and then put the gold up on top. The gold is very dry within the palette. So if you're going to use it with your finger, or make sure you spray your brush first and then dip in, because we're just using a straight brush, it will not pay off to the way that you need to. So just keep that in mind when you are using this palette, that the gold shade is a lot drier. But I ended up taking it, like I said, putting it on my finger and then packing it on top of that dark brown metallic shade. and it ended up looking very pretty. So that is what I ended up using to create the halo eye. I'm going to go ahead and just finish up the face, and I am testing out some other Colourpop items within this video, but I'm going to go ahead and prime with the Loreal Pro Glow, Infallible Pro Glow Primer, and this has been one of my favorites lately. It's been really helping my skin so it's not as dry or looking overly matte and crusty. So I am going in with the Colourpop No Filter Foundation, and it has the lock where you turn it side to side. So please remember that it is a very liquidy foundation. So if you don't like a very liquidy foundation, I would not suggest this one for you. But I love this on my dry skin. It is so beautiful. One, the color is a little dark on me, but I am doing a tan tonight, so a self tan, so this color will end up matching perfectly. I use my Y6 brush just to go ahead and tap it all out, and then I am going in with my Junko sponge and finish pressing it into the skin. This foundation is buildable, which I do love, and it gives me a satin finish. So it's not a very glow finish. It is not a matte finish by any means. It is a satin finish. And this color and the overall formula is beautiful. I do not have a foundation like this, so I was very excited to add it to my collection. And the bottle is just very sleek. I do wish that they would have put a lid on top of it. I am just so used to having lids. I think it just, I don't know, maybe I'm just weird, but I like having a lid on my foundations. As far as their stick foundation, I don't like it as much. I do need to probably play with it some more, but it's not one of my favorites. I would highly recommend their liquid, as well as their concealer is beautiful. This concealer, it's not going to be absolutely full coverage like a sharp tape shape, okay, from Tarte shape tape. It is not going to be like that, so don't expect that, but it is a medium buildable coverage. On me, I just needed the one coat that you've seen that I applied, and it was gorgeous, very brightening under the eyes. And it is just this formula that is not over drying under my eyes. It keeps it from looking too cakey or building up under the eyes to where it's set into the creasing. I did not see any of that, so I love this, and I've been using this a couple times so far, even to prime the eyelids. It's very beautiful, and I would love to get some more shades to be able to contour with. So I do recommend that concealer for anybody who has not tried it or for who is looking for a good concealer. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put on my powder next, and I have been using the Wet n Wild translucent powder for the Photofocus. I have just been loving this. I haven't found any other setting powder that I really like as of yet, so this is the one that I am sticking with for now. So I went ahead and just set my entire face with it, just using a little bit and then brushing it all off. Then I'm going to go ahead and wipe whatever I left under the eyes. I don't want to bake it too much today, and then setting it with some setting spray by Morphe. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Colourpop Pressed Face Powder. This is the bronzer in California. This shade is so pretty. I've had this for a very long time. Not too long. Just about a couple months. I love this color, so it's not something recent that I've had. But this is one of my favorite bronzers that they do have in the palette. I think it's great for very light or medium skin tones. So it works out perfect and it gives you the color that you need. I'm going to go ahead contour, and I contour with my Benefit Hoola bronzer. I know that it is a bronzer, not a contour, but this works for my skin tone as a contour shade since I don't want nothing too dark. And until I get some more contour actual palettes, then I am sticking with this. And I'm just contouring a little bit. I think that the contour really brings this look together with the yellows and the browns. Having that bronzy look really looks beautiful. Next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to carve out those cheekbones. I love doing this, and the Jeffree Star Morphe sponge actually cuts it perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of blush because with the yellows and the browns, I don't want to put too much blush on and throw it off. So just a very little to where it looks just like your own cheeks have this little rosy look. I'm going to go ahead and I'm using a gold highlighter today. And this is the Maybelline highlighter that everyone was raving about. And I did pick this up back when it was first out. It is beautiful. I wanted that very gold bronzy look for today's look. I'm going to go ahead and finish highlighting on all the spots that I do, which is below the brow and the tip of the nose, the inner corner, taking whatever's left on my brush and just wiping it down the sides to give it a little bit of a contoured nose. And then I'm finishing off with this Colourpop lippy stick in the shade Cookie. This was my first lippy stick that I ever bought from Colourpop, and still one of my favorites. It is a nude, it is beautiful, so it does go with everything, and it just takes this look to the next level. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to subscribe, like, and leave a comment so you can get a shout out in my next video. Thanks guys, bye.